Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Hollyscoop's Moments of the Week. I am Gabrielle Valenson.
And I am Courtney Revolution. How you doing, girl?
Hi, Court. I am doing well. How are you? Happy weekend.
Ooh, happy weekend. I'm doing good. I'm hanging in there, just ready to get into all of this delicious and robust tea you about to spill for me, girl.
Yes, we got so much of it, you guys. So excited about it. Hello to the lovely tea tribe. Thank you all again for the encouraging comments last week. It means so much. So sweet. I feel so welcomed. Thank you, guys. Courtney and I have a lot to get into, so I'm so excited. Let's get started. There was a lot of tea that went down. As usual, we got more Kanye updates. We'll break that all down for you guys, plus some Ed Sheeran news. He recently opened up about what he called the lowest point in his life, so we will also get into that. And then, of course, a couple of other headlines that we did not have time to discuss. The tea is piping hot, so let's get into it. Be sure to stay tuned for all of those as well. Okay, first up, Courtney. Kim and Kanye. You know what? There are new timelines every week. I mean, we had a timeline last week. We have a timeline this week. Let's get into it. So let's backtrack. Kanye took to Twitter last Saturday to apologize to Kim for his recent behavior. Okay, so he said in the tweet, quote, just to recap here, I would like to apologize to my wife Kim for going public with something that was a private matter. I did not cover her like she has covered me. To Kim, I want to say, I know that I hurt you. Please forgive me. Thank you for always being there for me. So shortly after that tweet, Kanye was seen walking into Cody Hospital in Wyoming, but apparently he only stayed for 10 minutes. TMZ reported that a source close to the rapper said he went to the hospital for anxiety, but decided to leave when he noticed how many people were there. He had an ambulance come to his ranch where EMTs reportedly checked his vitals, his heart rate, blood pressure, all of that. They determined he was not in any danger. Shortly after that, Kanye allegedly sped off on his ATV and never went into the ambulance. So, Courtney, again, allegedly, reportedly, supposedly, a source said. Like I was saying last week, Court, we don't actually know what's true and what's not. But what we do know here is that he apologized to Kim on Twitter. He made that public apology, and that's in writing. So how do you feel personally about his apology from last weekend? Was it sincere? What exactly was he apologizing for? What are your thoughts on that?
I can't really comment on the sincerity of it exactly, but what I will say is the apology was certainly necessary. You don't go out in front of everyone. You're in a relationship, girl, and you don't go out and you don't air out that dirty laundry. You don't take them draws and do this, girl, to everybody. And that's kind of what Kanye did. So it definitely was a necessary apology. My question, Gabby, is why Kanye didn't have no doctors come to the ranch? Why he had to go out in front of everybody and go to the hospital? They don't got cars.
Exactly. Good question. So yes, no, I agree with what you're saying. So let's move right along. So yes, it was definitely a necessary apology. This past Monday, according to TMZ, Kim and Kanye were together for the first time after Kim flew to Cody, Wyoming. We did see those pics. Kim desperately tried for weeks to get Kanye to get treatment for his serious bipolar episode. So it really was only a matter of time before she had to be there in person, you know? I always say everything's better in person. You can really see someone's facial expressions, their body language, tone of voice. It's better. So there were photos of Kim. Exactly. There were photos of Kim in the car sobbing to Kanye. It looked like an intense conversation between them. So basically the week finished with Kim returning to LA alone without Kanye. He then received a visit from Justin and Hailey Bieber, who supposedly asked Kanye to reach out to Kim. And then there was a report that said Kim is begging Kanye to end his 2020 presidential campaign. There's so much. So basically, I think, it's a good sign that he allowed Kim to come to Wyoming. First the apology, then the in-person visit. Is he on the right path to accepting help? What are your thoughts, on this whole thing? Do you think he's going to drop out of the race? Like, what is next, Court?
Well, I certainly want him to drop out of the race because he's causing a whole bunch of distraction and chaos, to me, in my opinion.
Agreed.
I'm really not too sure if I even want Kim to stick by him right now. I might feel differently on Monday, but on this fine Saturday, Gabby, I really just want Kim to focus on her family. But Kanye's part of her family, so I'm a little torn.
Right.
Do you think that we should leave him, girl?
It's a situation where, you know, I mean, I would be torn too, because they have known each other for years. They have 4 children together. I mean, they are family. At the end of the day, you know, in sickness and in health, you know, you stick by your family, you stick by your partner. But this is a little bit of a different situation. This is not the typical. This is not what would typically happen. This is Kanye and Kim. So you know what? We will see. We will see. Obviously, there's going to be another timeline next week, so we'll keep you guys updated. Let's move right along, Courtney. So I know we've been having very important conversations on Moments recently, which I love. So I thought it would be good to talk a little bit about Ed Sheeran's recent interview this past week, where he spoke openly about mental health and anxiety, since we are discussing mental health with Kanye and everything. So in a recent interview, Ed opened up about the lowest point in his life, which was actually during his world tour in 2014-2015, which was his tour for his X album, which was one of my faves. I'm a big Ed fan. Are you an Ed fan?
No. I like Divide. I'm a Galway girl stan.
Okay. Divide was great. Divide was really good. So he recalled the struggles with his mental and physical health while on tour, including anxiety, panic attacks, binge eating, and drinking. And Courtney, before we get into what Ed specifically said, I did some research on that specific tour, like how many countries, the duration, things like that. You're not going to believe this. Close to 2 million tickets were sold. The tour grossed a total of $150.7 million. It started in August of 2014 and ended in December of 2015. Like, Courtney, that's like well over a year. It's crazy.
He had the wall at his feet, girl.
Yes, he played 180 shows in total, including 61 in Europe and 77 in North America. I just think that's wild. I mean, that is a lot. So what Ed revealed in his interview, I wouldn't doubt what he said for a second, because I actually don't know how anyone would be able to take all of that, like both physically and mentally, you know?
Yeah.
So
it just really sounds like a lot.
It's a lot. And I think part of what he said in his interview, the thing that stuck out to me, I'll read you the quote. He said, quote, "The buses would park underneath the arenas and I'd sleep on the bus all day and then wake up and then come out, do the show, drink, get back on the bus. I didn't see sunlight for like maybe 4 months. It's all fun and games at the start. It's all rock and roll and it's fun. And then it starts getting just sad." And you know what? That to me is like the realest comment. It's kind of crazy to think that sometimes the highest points of people's careers can also be the lowest in their life personally. And if you're a celebrity, like, it kind of shows that sometimes things aren't always as they seem. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. And I think it's important to be, mindful of that. Everyone has their struggles. What are your thoughts on this? Isn't that crazy about the shows?
That is really crazy. I'm over here thinking about the fact that you can truly have it all, but do you? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Question. Yeah. Oh, I love that. It's true. It's really true. So that was interesting. I know Ed is, he is on a break, off social media, off the grid. So good for him. It's much deserved. And can't wait to hear music. Hopefully
I need it
soon when he's ready.
I need it.
I know.
My eardrum is ready, girl.
So ready. So ready. Okay, so guys, let's move right along. We have a couple additional headlines that we did not have time to discuss. Let's start with this first one, which I love. Netflix picks up classic comedies, including Sister, Sister and Girlfriends, as part of their strong Black lead push. So Netflix also bought the rights to Moesha, The Game, One on One, Half and Half, and The Parkers. These titles launch in the coming, it's a great lineup, throughout August, September, and October. Netflix execs said that these classics were at the top of subscribers' wish list for a while now. And they did launch their strong Black lead strand back in February of 2018. And, they picked up Black films like Love and Basketball. Courtney, that's one of my favorites. That's so good. Oh, it's so good. such a hopeless romantic. I love it. And yeah, so the goal of the strong black lead strand is to, quote, celebrate and lift up Black Hollywood, which is obviously so important right now. And I don't know, I think Netflix always does a great job of bringing diversity to their different categories and strands. I think there's a lot of variety and inclusion. How do you feel about that?
I definitely feel like this initiative with the strong black lead has been tremendously positive. I'm living and I'm loving for all of it, Gabby, all of it. Just the fact that they're bringing, it's funny, I retweeted myself because on Twitter a month ago, almost to the day, I said, well, why doesn't Netflix have one-on-one Moesha and the Parkers streaming? There was a channel called UPN. I said all of the UPN shows need to be streamable. And then a month later, they came and made the announcement. So I literally am a psychic. You're welcome.
Yeah, or maybe someone came across your retweet. Who knows?
Then Gabby, I need the points.
I love it. I can get points. I'll give you some points. Also, I love Sister, Tia and Tamara. Love. I'm very excited. I used to watch it all the time. I love. So exciting. Okay, so that's great. A lot to look forward to there in the coming months. And then last but not least, you guys, Courtney, do you know the Martha Stewart Insta from the other week? Do you know what I'm referring to?
Are you talking about when she was in the pool, girl? And she was just giving us luxury, girl?
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yes. So, Courtney knows what I'm talking about. And if you guys don't, we're going to put it up on the screen just in case you missed it. But it is pretty fabulous, I must say. Last week, Martha posted this selfie in the pool at her East Hampton, New York home. She had a hint of makeup on and she gave the camera a little pucker and pout situation. The internet freaked out, understandably, over the TV personality and lifestyle guru's post. And basically on Wednesday's episode of E! Pop, Martha revealed that this sultry post got her 14 proposals. And Courtney, when I first read this, I was like, oh, 14 marriage proposals. Like that was my, first initial.
Yeah.
But she said she didn't know what they were for. They're proposals of some sort. Whatever that means. What other proposals can there be?
Martha, what you talking about?
I don't know. I think it's so funny. And then she nonchalantly threw in that she hasn't checked lately. And that was only from the first day. Casual, Martha. She's just so casual about it.
Well, excuse me, darling.
Listen, it's okay to, when you're feeling yourself every once in a while, if you got it, flaunt it. So I say, go Martha.
Me too. Go off, girl. She looks good.
Amazing. We love it. Okay, you guys, that is what we have for you. We want to hear your reactions to all of this. I think I can now say your weekly reaction, your reactions to these weekly Kanye updates. Also thoughts on Ed and his lowest point during his X tour. Him opening up about that, which was, great that he could talk about it. Finally, how do you guys feel about the other headlines we discussed? The Netflix strong black lead strand, the shows that are coming to Netflix. Which ones are you excited to binge? Also, the Martha Stewart pick. Check it out. You will just have seen it on the screen. Very hilarious. Let it out down below and be sure to check out the morning tea every weekday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time with Courtney and Alex. And as always, be sure to give this video a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the Hollyscoop channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. We will see you guys. Have a great weekend, Court.
You too, girl. Bye.